Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Our trace rifles have never been hotter, so I wanted to make an aggro trace kit so I could perform laser eye surgery all across our run and gun. The main perk we're abusing is their harsh refraction perk. Our trace rifles do 35% more damage to a target afflicted by an elemental debuff matching their element type. Now obviously the two strongest trace rifles are the Microcosm Heavy Kinetic Trace and the Aegis Special Stasis Trace. Both of these are putting out some real solid damage numbers, but I was a tad confused because harsh refraction states that it gets a buff when our target is debuffed by a matching type. Our other traces all require that matching subclass buff. Turns out though that micro, it'll take a universal debuff. Even so, I chose the Agars as I found they had a little more utility in our run and guns. I always loved this trace due to the catalyst. We can get heavy weapon damage out of a special ammo weapon. We long press to alt reload. This is going to drain our super energy and overflow the magazine, empowering the beam with bonus damage. It's also going to grant us the ability to slow and freeze targets until the magazine or super bar runs out. Now we've got multiple ways to keep this going a full damage phase, but as we gain super energy just by applying damage, we are actually recharging our super nearly as fast as that's draining out. What's great about the Agars is that it's actually going to self-proc that harsh refraction perk as it slows and freezes during its ult mode. Now we don't just use this for our boss fights, it's going to melt through minors and majors, and our final blows are going to make a slowing burst around the defeated target and transfer some ammo from reserves. I paired this with the Rime-coat Raiment. This will give our Bleak Watcher turret an enhanced mode with extended range, and will be surrounded by a stasis storm with large regenerating crystals. I love these as we can use these crystals as defense, and they're going to freeze any bad dudes trying to get up close to us. But the main goal is standing in that storm. We are granted ice particles over time, and these particles will be deployed when firing our weapons, applying that slow debuff, so even in a standard firing mode, we can slay out some bad dudes. What's also great is we get another 10% crit damage when we're shooting a frozen target. And to increase the shatter damage when they pop, we rock Faceted Ruin. This is going to increase both the size and damage of our shatters. We've got Faceted Command. When freezing or suppressing a target, it's going to reload our equipped weapons and increase the weapon stability and aim assist. It got a great buff last season, so now it reloads for us every 4 seconds, so we can keep that trigger down for longer, not only with our scepter, but all of our weapons. We can also utilize this whilst we're Transcendent, as our freezing singularity grenades will both suppress and shatter targets. I'm rocking Faceted Devotion. This is going to feed us bonus light Transcendent energy whenever we defeat a target debuffed by either Strand or Stasis. We're rocking Beam Medic, so our Trace Rifle Final Blows will allow us to heal both ourselves and our allies. Now the Scepter with this build I consider my heavy weapon, but I'm also going to be rocking that Holy Denial in the energy slot, which I treat as my primary. It's Void, so we can take full advantage of our Volatile Marksman. Rapid Void Precision Hits or Rapid Void Weapon Final Blows are going to grant us volatile rounds for 9 seconds. So now, while sitting in my Ice Rift, we can apply both volatile and shatter damage with one weapon. I often underestimate how deadly that volatile explosions are, as we're getting about 20k per detonation every few seconds. Initially I thought to use the Chronophage, as this can rock both Destabilizing and Repulsor Brace, but honestly I found Volatile Marksman more than enough. I chose the Holy Denial as it can roll with lead from gold, so when we pick up a heavy brick of ammo, it's going to grant us special ammo for this weapon. And I can still rock that Repulsor Brace to give us void shields for 10 seconds every time we kill a debuff target. With Marksman we can apply Volatile, our Transcending Grenade can suppress, and with Malign Harvest, every subsequent kill after a volatile target has been killed is going to additionally allow us to weaken the next poor bloke. To go deeper down this rabbit hole, I've also got the commemoration. It plays great in that rift, and I kind of treat this like my traditional special weapon, and this way I can also run a void scavenger mod to help fuel both weapons. We got trip arcane needles on Priz. There's going to be more than enough unravel to spawn armies of threadlings with that horde shuttle perk in the artifact. Despite the fact I'm rocking double trace rifles, I'm not actually rocking that overload trace rifle mod in the artifact, as our Agars can already take on both overloads and unstops. This way I'm able to use volatile marksman to make volatile rounds, so I can pierce anti-barrier shields. Now in GM level content I can shoot a hive in their face, and if it's untouched by other damage sources, it gives me enough time to proc their volatile rounds in order to break his shield. Often though, I did find if an ally was helping me out, he might rise that bubble before we have a chance to activate volatile marksman, as it takes about 2 and a bit seconds to activate it with a trace. Because of this, I ended up swapping to Facet of Dawn. Melee hits will make us radiant, give me both a 20% damage buff, and it will allow me to break those anti-barrier shields. We've got heavy ordnance regeneration, so when we deal sustained damage to targets with our LMGs, or rocket launchers if you want to, you're going to gain a ×2 damage resist. This is very helpful when you're sitting in your little Ice Princess Palace, and it's going to increase both our melee and grenade regeneration for a short time. This gives me more needles, and with more cold snaps I can make more ice forts. We do have Devour. I'll often activate this with my needles or Transcendence, but even our shatter kills or volatile detonations can trigger it. Not only is this going to heal us every time we get a kill, but it again gives us some extra grenade juice. In any GM level content, I'm always going to be rocking that Facet of Protection to give us a 15% damage resist whilst we're surrounded by 3 or more targets within a 15 meter radius. And this is stronger again whilst Transcendent jumping to 32% damage resist. Now despite the fact I'm sitting in my little Ice Princess Palace, I still prefer the Phoenix Dive, but no matter what class ability you choose, they'll all be strong with this kit. I'm running the Elemental Siphon from the artifact, so when we get rapid final blows with a weapon matching our equipped super, we create an elemental pickup. Now being that I'm rocking both Void and Stasis weapons, I could pick either the Nova Bomb or the Winter's Wrath super. I chose Wrath as I found making Stasis shards more worthwhile to the kit, as Stasis shards give us melee energy and the Void Breach gives us bonus class energy. Now feel free to pause here for all my mods, fragments and artifact, but there will be a dim link in the description down below. This kit is all about that laser tag, and with Rime-coat we can stack up both damage and AoE to the next level. I'm curious what you guys think about the trace rifle buff. Outside of the cold heart, is there anything else you guys are playing with? Hit us up in the comments down below. Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.